Our revolution needs to be against the machine. We're allowing technology to steal our freedom and violate our rights. It's time to make a change. So this is a post on Facebook on my page here. And by the way, the only reason why I'm still on Facebook is because of this page. But, I have unfollowed like all my friends on Facebook so that I can focus on things that are more important on the internet, which is to alert people of things that are happening. It doesn't mean I don't love my friends and family. It just means that this is what I'm using it for, and I connect through them. I connect to them through real life, right? So you can find all kinds of loopholes with what they want for you. They want you to be addicted to social media. They want you to be addicted to your cell phone, but you don't have to be. You can use it for your own benefit and in your own way. So here we go. Is it time to disconnect? Think about it thoroughly. Was there a time, maybe back in the day, where you didn't rely on your phone so much or at all? You would go to your computer to research things or open up a map or a phone book. You'd have a home phone. You'd just hop in your car and go to the store to get stuff, to go somewhere, not always with a thought of whether or not your phone was with you. You'd phone someone before visiting them and take off when it was time, not always with a thought of whether or not your cell phone was with you. There are still plans for home phones out there. It may be the time to consider it if you feel like your phone is starting to invade your life to the point of intrusion, corruption, or violation. It's not too hard at that point to decide to try life without a phone again, even if just temporarily. You can have a little phone address book. You can still have a laptop for the internet, just like the old days. Even then, your laptop can be shut off the same way your phone can. If you feel more comfortable with your laptop being, shut off. You can decide to use technology to benefit you and protect you, and you can decide not to use it at all. These are freedoms we have, but are not reminded of. Think about it. If we start rejecting the technology that has been forced down our throats for so long, if we accept a more natural life, these are choices that bring rewards, just like so many choices that we have made that have allowed all of this corruption. We accepted these computers as a main part of our lives. It's never too late to undo things. It's never too hard to make changes and try something drastically different to make an attempt to change our fate or change the outcome of some of the consequences we'll now have to deal with. Can we make this easier on us? I really believe so if each one of us decide to make drastic changes such as these. Be creative. We can fight this battle well armed if we decide that we won't conform to the system. If we decide that we won't allow computers and technology to run our lives. If we all get home phones, or no phones if it comes to that, we're not going to be controlled from afar. We're not going to be traced and violated through their technology. Our revolution needs to be against the machine. If you shut your phone, even remove the SIM card, if that makes you more comfortable, they can't operate their technology. Therefore, they can't have a constant track of what you're doing, where you are, who you're in contact with, what you're doing on social media, etc. We should be cutting most of our ties to technology. Start with social media. It's not hard to get info from people you're closest to, like their home phone numbers or cell phone numbers, their email addresses. We should all be encouraging each other to get home phones or connect through email or just walk or drive over to each other. We simply have to start finding other ways. We didn't suffer that much without all of this advanced technology. We always found ways to connect to each other more naturally and organically. And remember, the experts out there that are on the mainstream are not the only experts out there. You can find them locally, you can find them in your city, you can phone people, you can even just go on the internet and research people. You don't need the mainstream media, you don't need Facebook for, everybody pushing different information. You can find things yourself and, you know, talk to your neighbors and talk to your family and whatever, right? We need to go back in time and find the courage to do things differently. Don't you wish the mainstream media would stop talking to you through technology? Shut them up. Talk to your neighbors and your family and friends instead. Maybe talk about life and love, things that unite us as human beings. And also, these are things that help us understand ourselves better and get more and bigger answers for life. Never be afraid to be different than others. You can be the example that other people need. You can be the courage that others need to find in themselves. We need to help each other through this. Technology is running our lives, and we need to turn our backs against it in a big way. It may not fix all of our problems with the system, but we have to try. There are good chances we can tame or ruin their plans for us, which allows you to fight back stronger in the end. What does technology or the government have in store for us? We know they're going to use what most of us, if not all of us, have in common, which are highly technologically advanced cell phones. So do what is right for you and spread the message of going back to the more natural ways of life. This system, this government, they work with what we put out there, what we agree to. We need to undo our mess and take responsibility for accepting and going along with all of this advancement in technology. We need to take responsibility for living a less natural life than we could and take our freedoms back. Most of us miss the old life. You can grab it back for yourself. This is how we combat this corruption, this control. Our human lives will not be run by computers. Feel free to go back to living a more natural and disconnected life, which will leave you feeling more connected than you could ever feel. Find the balance, find the tricks to ruin their plans for us. We all need to do this for ourselves and for one another, and time is of the essence to find these loopholes for ourselves.